As you make your way into the stadium, please note that certain sections and rows of seating have been blocked off to maintain proper physical distancing for your safety. You will also see physical distancing markers on the seats. These help ensure you keep 6 feet between your party and others. Finished? We ask that you please remain seated. One of our ambassadors will direct each section to exit the stadium. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orca Encounter. For those of you sitting in the first 10 rows, you are sitting in the wet zone. Please be aware that the splashing saltwater can damage camera and video equipment. Thank you.
At the conclusion of our presentation, we ask that you please remain seated. Our ambassadors will dismiss each seating section in a safe and timely manner. Once again, when our presentation is over, please stay seated until your seating section is released. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to SeaWorld. Thank you guys all for coming. I do want to take this moment before we start our presentation to thank you all for your continued help and our support with our social distancing and face mask guidelines while here at the park today. Doing so keeps us all safe, allows us to keep sharing these incredible animals with all of you. Now at the end of the presentation, I'll be coming back out here to dismiss all of you, so please remain in your seats so I can dismiss you in an orderly fashion. But for now, please enjoy Orca Encounter. Thank you.
One interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. I'm Christina, and I'm honored to introduce to you these intriguing and majestic animals. There's nothing like seeing a killer whale up close and learning about them and their natural behavior. We hope this Orca Encounter will help give you a better understanding of these magnificent creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types, or ecotypes, of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
A natural wonder, and Quirky will help us show you some of their physical characteristics.
blowhole is perfectly designed for getting a quick breath at the surface. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It looks like her eyes are in this white patch, but that's a visual distraction. Her eyes are actually in the black area in front of the eye patch, camouflaged from thrashing prey. The fin on top of the orca's body is called a dorsal fin, which helps stabilize the whales when they swim and helps regulate their body temperature. There's no bone inside of the dorsal fin, which is why sometimes you may see a slight curve. The flippers on either side of the orca's body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stopping. There are 5 bony digits inside of the flippers, just like the human hand. The lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes, and the tail flukes are the killer whale's engine, propelling them close to 30 miles per hour, which is fast as our speedboats. And they swim the fastest and use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies completely up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, orcas use body language as part of their communication. They use pectoral slaps at the surface of the water to show dominance and to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her cat's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breach. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings when they hunt. Fluke slaps are also a form of communication that the killer whale uses in the wild. it's no wonder they're at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Whales in the southern hemisphere will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Nakai is going to be demonstrating the same movement and behavior right here at the slide out. Antarctic whales will make waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals right into the water. Watch as Ike demonstrates the same wave-making technique at the perimeter of the pool, showing off one of many complex and impressive hunting abilities that killer whales have developed around the world. Now, so far, you guys have seen some waves crashing over that glass. But right now, it's your turn to experience the power of the killer whale tail. So watch out, because our whales are going to be fleeing 55-degree saltwater your way. Great sports. Now, because killer whales are found in every part of our ocean, it's no surprise they're going to eat all kinds of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on the screen in front of you is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than our whales, such as Ike here. So how does a whale the size of Ike prey on a whale that size out in the wild? Well, it's possible, because orcas are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is an important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach young whales to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. orcas spend lots of time interacting and showing their playful side, both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when a whale swims fast to the surface, breaking out of the water briefly. Like to be touched and will rub their bellies on rocks when they can. Nakai is going to be demonstrating this right here at the slide out, just like whales in British Columbia would. You'll also see whales imitate each other in the wild. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are always mimicking and learning from each other. Has a purpose. A tail whip is used in hunting to stun fish. But today, these whales might just be stunning most of you. With our whales all day, every day, which allows us to share trusted relationships that help provide optimal healthcare, research, and quality of life. The whales here take an active role in their health and well-being. For example, they can show us their tail flukes. This is a very helpful behavior when we take a voluntary blood sample. You can see Nakai demonstrating this at stage. He's simply resting his tail flukes on the stage while Missy is able to touch and interact with him. They'll even slide out onto a scale so we can monitor their weight. You see Orca doing this here in this video. We weigh our whales weekly to ensure that our younger whales are growing properly and our older whales are maintaining a nice, healthy weight. And they'll even let us take a breath sample from their blowhole because of the trusted relationships that we've built here together day after day at SeaWorld. Now right now it's my honor and privilege to introduce you to one of our 10 incredible killer whales. Coming up over to this slide out right now is Ikaika. He is an 18-year-old man. He's easily growing into be one of our largest killer whales, weighing just under 9,500 pounds. He has a very playful demeanor, and you'll often see him interacting with his friend Corky. Ike participates in a number of research studies that help to conserve his wildlife counterparts. We encourage the whales every day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you for joining us here today. We do ask everyone remain in their seats. We're going to start dismissing you from the ends. So on your left side, please look with the ambassador with the orange flag. If your ambassador's there, you're free to go. Everyone else, please stay in your seats until we work our way towards you. On the right side here, everybody look over to your right. You see the ambassador with the green flag. Head up and start moving out. Everyone else, please stay in your section so we can dismiss you in an orderly fashion. We need to make sure everyone has space as we exit the stadium. Now, I do know it might seem like you'll be waiting a while. It'll go very smoothly if everybody waits in their spot. So again, this section right here, everyone please stay in their seats and do not leave until dismissed.